Welcome back to Open Your Eyes. We are now moving into our third and final conversation for the morning. This one is going to be with a Belizean American instructor, a coding instructor, Brittany Leslie, and she's on the screen with us. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
We're doing great. It seems that you're doing even better. Brittany, welcome once again, and it's so nice to have you in with us. Coding instructor. Coding? What is coding, Brittany?
Right, yes. So I am a student at NYU, and I teach Python-based code using code.org and sort of introducing students to block-based coding first.
All right. I'm still trying to get it, but cool. But from the read up about coding, it's actually, especially during this pandemic, whereby everybody just ventured now off into the internet and online. It's a very great tool, and it helps you to even to think. It's something that I think there is a quote from Steve Jobs about coding.
Right, yes. So basically all of our devices, everything that we use, Facebook, YouTube, this program right here is made with code. Wow. So as we sort of age and advance in technology, is very important for us to understand code. It's basically just a computer language that we can use to interact and engage with our computers and with our phones.
What got you into it?
I sort of became very interested in middle school. I started off with robotics and soon ventured into Python-based coding and HTML, learning that I can make my own websites and video games. And so that's what I really started off doing.
So this is interesting because you have taken, you're still in school, but you are going the extra mile of ensuring that Belizean children back home get exposed to the foundations of coding as well. What brought you to this point?
Right, yes. So in high school, I was a coding instructor, and I had taken AP Computer Science. And during this time, I realized that not a lot of people do take higher level coding courses once they reach high school. And so I partnered with my local middle school here in Texas and asked if I could teach programs in order to foster a love for coding that was fostered into me when I was in middle school. And so throughout my high school, I actually taught middle school coding, teaching Python and Photoshop and Premiere Pro, which is a video editing software. And I wanted to bring it to other countries, and I started off with Belize since that's where my family is from.
Yeah. Now, a lot of time, well, let's just start off with what's happening here. There are some schools that would offer robotics and exposure to coding. There are a couple of programs, I think, that have allowed some kids to get exposed. In other countries, you're seeing where coding is being introduced at the elementary level because coding is really considered kind of what the literacy skills are today. It's how we prepare for our future. Everything is digital. How critical is it that our children get exposed as soon as possible to coding?
Right. I think it's very important. As growing up in the United States and going through the whole public school and private school system here in Texas, and then going to New York and seeing and working with public schools there with their coding classes and infrastructure, it's very important. Not only do coders and programmers, like what we think, code, but we're also seeing it in fields such as medicine and in law. And in my classes, I had some students that wanted to be artists, and I told them how code is now being used to create art. And so as we age and as we see in our future, we will see more coding softwares and programming being used for not only those fields, but other fields as well.
Yeah. And is it difficult for children to be able to learn the new skills?
It's not difficult. I did teach myself throughout middle school and high school. And so the way that I teach the program is for every student to understand, even if they have no coding background, no skills at all. And The biggest thing about code is understanding the language itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's very much spoken like regular English. And so it's just deciphering the language, just like how you decipher any language, English, French, Spanish. That's really the biggest aspect of code, is just understanding what is being said.
So you are providing coding lessons for Belizean students. So that's going on right now, or is something that you are about to do?
Yes, so we actually just finished our first semester of sort of code, which was the introductory. It's completely free to any student that wants to join, is able to join, and just wants to see what it is about. And so we had started off with block-based coding, which is a form of code in which the code is broken down into blocks. If you can see, I think you guys are showing a photo of the block-based coding on code.org. Yeah. So we start off with blocks, which helps to break down what each line is saying in the code. And then now into the next semester, moving with this class onto hopefully regular Python code. I already started showing them Python code. The photo is an image of a turtle, which basically is digital art designed. And I'm hoping to have more classes to start everybody off at the same base level and then have them continue their skills.
Cool.
What's the age group that you're working with?
Yeah, so I usually work with about middle schoolers and high schoolers here in the United States. So that would be around the age of 12 to anywhere up to 19. I have some teachers that also joined me, so anybody's really able to take the classes.
How do they join you? How could one take one of your sessions?
Right, yes. So we actually do it through Zoom. So anybody's able to join, just log on to your phone or to the iPad or any device that you're really using. You can email me at bal424@nyu.edu. That's really how you can get my contact, and then we sort of just add you onto the program. I'll send you the Zoom link.
Cool.
It's that easy. And you're offering this for free?
Completely free.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, Brittany,
and
let's
the programs that use are free too.
Let's just talk though about what it's like to develop this skill. This is while definitely more common in the United States, I think we don't talk about coding enough in Belize. But there are other things that you develop as you learn to code. It helps you with problem solving. It helps you with learning new languages as well. Tell us about some of the spin-off effects if you have a child that gets exposed very early on to coding.
Right, yes. So you see a lot of the benefits in many of your other courses and classes, including science and math and whatever classes you may be taking.
Yeah.
I personally saw the benefits in a lot of my science and math courses, mostly because coding is very dependent on patience. You have to have a lot of patience in order to be a good coder, because sometimes you'll have coding problems that don't make any sense at all. But with your patience and going through each line of code, you will see the problem, and patience was the biggest factor that I personally benefited from. Problem solving skills is another thing that we usually deal with, debugging, which is, making sure that the code runs properly. So problem solving skills to see how else could we rewrite this code to make the code shorter and also make sense in the same time.
Okay.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, it's interesting to know, simply because right now in today's day and age, especially the fact that a lot of people must stay home, that everybody is on a device. So what a way for people to understand what they're really doing. So again, Brittany, your contact so folks could get into it, because I think it's a very great venture.
Yes, so my contact, you can email me at bal424@nyu.edu.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So you said you just wrapped up the first semester. Can people jump in at this point?
Yes. So I am hosting more classes that will also be introductory as well. And I want to start everybody off at the same level. So even if you have no background or maybe some background, I'll still start everybody off at the same level just to ensure that what I'm teaching will carry on into the second semester and they will understand or have a better understanding of Python once they move on.
And level of knowledge that they need to have going in.
Introductory, completely basic.
So if I know nothing.
Yeah. You can
Other than how to turn on my computer and open Word. You sure that's enough?
So when is the start of the next semester?
So I'm hoping to start it around when school starts. Yeah. So around February-ish. I usually do it in the afternoons and on one specific day every week. And that usually helps the students to, schedule it in or pencil it in into their schedules that this will happen on this day at a specific time each week.
How long is a class?
A class is 1 hour. So the last semester was about 5 months. We started in August.
Okay. Oh, cool. All right, B, we're so thankful that you could have joined us this morning. But I'm sure you'd like to say good morning to your family right here at home in Belize.
Yes. Good morning, everyone.
But remember, they're not. Nobody has a name that's everyone. Give us some names. Yeah, let's know you.
Most of my immediate family is here in Houston. So I think they're watching on Facebook Live.
All right.
I'm sure your students are watching too.
Yes. Hi, students. Hi, teachers. Hello.
Have they been teaching you something too? They teach you your Creole or make sure you're up to date?
Yes, they've been teaching me just about everything that's going on in Belize and all of the holidays that I didn't know about or realize that our time zones, there's no time zone difference. Once we go an hour back and you guys just stay at your regular time zone.
Yeah.
All right. Once again, I know parents are sitting around eager to get their child involved. That email address is
bal424@nyu.edu.
Brittany, thank you for joining us this morning. But more importantly, thank you for sharing your skills with the younger generation and allowing them to have access to this really important skill set. Yeah. We appreciate it and enjoy your holidays.
Yep. Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year. Thank you so much.
All right.
Great conversation, Marlene, all three. But I'll tell you what, we're going to take a final break for the morning. And when we come back, we'll be wrapping things up. So stay with us.